Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yes, it is early for me because I got to take the kid back to college. He came home for the weekend and I'm going to be taking him back later. It's not far from my home, but I still got to take him back. But I saw some things that we needed to engage in and talk about. So I figured, let me do a Sunday afternoonish, almost eveningish live, okay? So we got some stuff to talk about, and the title is called Bamboozled. Mm-hmm. Bamboozled, okay? Bamboozled. So, nothing is worse than a bitter, hateful ex. They're your worst enemies. When you get a bitter, hateful ex, it's like, look, we broke up. It didn't work out. I wish you well. You could wish me well. You don't got to run the streets talking bad about me. If somebody asks about me, you can say, I hope she's doing well. If somebody asks about you, I'm going to say, you're doing well. All is well. No harm, no foul. But when you get a bitter ex that want to talk about you badly, to me, anybody who dates that person that's talking about their ex badly, they better buyer beware. Because that's who they are. So the Marcus Jordan, that is Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, he had the nerve to say that he released Larsa Pippen back to the streets. Sir, what, to the streets that you on to? You got caught out in the open doing that. Yes, you did. And you talking about somebody for the streets? Sir, you for the streets. And you should be lucky that she even spent a moment with you, because she probably was paying for everything when y'all was together. She better thank her lucky stars that it is over. And that Michael Jordan didn't like her. Nobody was supporting the relationship. He's a piece of nasty work. Nasty. Talking about she in the streets where she belongs, for the streets. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about Nick Cannon's obsession with Mariah Carey. He got 5 baby mothers, 12 kids, and every time somebody put a mic in front of his face, he want to talk about how Mariah Carey is the one that got away. The reason why I have a problem with that is because he got all these kids. And imagine being a child of one of the other mothers. If you want to forget about the moms for 1.2 seconds because they know what they got themselves into, let's talk about the kids. So imagine being one of the other kids that your mother is not Mariah. And every time you hear your dad speak, he want to talk about Mariah was the one, she was the love of his life. And if he had the opportunity to get back with anybody, it would be Mariah. When I was growing up, but you'll remember now, I like to remind you all the time, I'm 54. I've been on this earth 54 years. To God be the glory. When I was growing up, they used to have this saying, some things you're going to take to your grave. Some things you're going to take to your grave. If that was me and I had all these kids, now if I had no other kids but the kids with my ex, then I would say, you know what? My ex was the one that got away. But if I got kids with 5, 10, 15 different people, that's something I would just take to my grave. It would be a conversation, me and my girlfriends having some tea, and they'd be like, girl, out of all the men you dated, who was the one? I'd be like, so-and-so. Wish I never messed up, so forth and so on. But there's no way somebody's going to get a mic in my face and I got kids out there that's going to hear, Oh, I hated your dad and your dad and your dad and that one's dad. That one was the one. It's messy. It's disrespectful. It's a hot mess. So hold on, Tiffany. Tiffany giving me some information. She remember Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband said he didn't love any of his children's mother right in front of his daughters, and she started crying. Please read the room, sir. Come on, Tiffany. You better remind the people. I remember that. That was sad. That was sad. What was his name again? I forgot him already. That was horrible when he did that. And Cynthia tried to go in the room and talk to her too. Mike. Yeah, that was horrible. Horrible. And I want to say he wrote a book about it. Yeah, Mike Hill. I want to say he wrote a book about it. Disgraceful. Don't worry, Tiffany, so did I. But we got it now. Savannah, remember Mike Hill. That was horrible. He wrote a book about it. He's sitting in the kitchen, all these ladies in the kitchen, Cynthia in there, and Cynthia didn't see that as a red flag. If my soon-to-be husband is sitting there disrespecting all his exes and the mother of his children, I already know it ain't going to be a good look for me. I'm good. Keep it pushing, sir. I don't want to share a bed with you. I don't want to say I do to you. I don't want you to give me no ring. Gotta stop being so desperate for a mate. I wait my turn. When God blessed me with the list that I put out in my head of what I want my mate to be like, look like, I wait. Keep hope alive. Sure did. The poor little girl went in there crying. That was the most horrific scene. And one day we could probably do the worst scenes on reality TV. That's going to be in the top 10. Little girl started crying. And then you said all of that, and you and Cynthia marriage ain't last but 2.2 seconds. Trash bag. Then we're gonna talk about these, and y'all can help me out if I'm saying on. What is it, Mielle? These products right here. You see that? Can you see? Because I know the light might be so. This is a sister girl, Mielle. You'll say for me, Savannah, when you come up. This is a sister girl, homegrown product. She started in her kitchen. Then she sold it to Proctor Gamble, and she says she's still highly involved. So why am I bringing this up? Why am I talking about this? Because the people in the streets, the influencers, the TikTokers are saying that ever since she sold it to Proctor Gamble, the formula is not the same, and their hair has been coming out in clumps. Now, I'm showing y'all my bottle, and let me tell you, my bottle, it got like 2 drops in it. It's empty. So why did I go in my bathroom and get my bottle? I support the people. As long as your product ain't gonna cause me $30,000, or I'm not gonna support. Like if you got an alcohol brand and I don't drink, I'm not supporting that because I don't drink. You got a e-cigarette brand or something like that, I'm not supporting that because I don't smoke. But if you got a product out there and it's within my budget on how much I spend on supporting the people, I'll go get the product. So my friends was like, no, Diva, you got to get this oil. You know, they swear by everybody hair oil. Like you're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up Rapunzel with all this hair all the way on the ground. But whatever. I'll go support the product. But when I got this product and I had it for months, so let me tell you my routine real quick. Every Friday, I wash my hair. I condition my hair. Every night, I put a couple drops because you don't need a whole lot. I put a couple drops of oil in my hair. I massage it in my hair. Okay? Even though I'm bored, I still do the same thing. I massage it in my hair. Oh, Felicia, don't do that, Felicia. Felicia, you start mess on a Sunday. Don't do that. I told y'all I couldn't find them products nowhere near where I lived. No, I did not. Don't do that, Felicia. So, and you know, and I put the oil in my hair, and then I wrap my hair. Now, 99 times out of 10, the scarf done cutting off my head somewhere in the middle of the night. And don't tell me to go buy these bonnets and stuff. Everything I bought, it has come off my head. I'm sick of buying these products, these wrap this, that, the slap thing and all that. And when I wake up, the thing is no longer on my head. An old-fashioned scarf that I got to tie, that's the only thing that seems to stay on my head. But I digress. Let me get back. So what I'm saying is my routine is on Fridays, I wash, I condition. But every night I put a little couple drops of oil in my head and I rub it in, tie my hair up, and I go to sleep. When I got this product, but I did not connect it to this product. And I'm not going to tell y'all that I'm 10 toes down that it was this product. But when I saw those TikTok videos, I said, ugh. When I got this product that the friends told me I had to get, and I got it, I was starting noticing, I was like, why my hair just don't see the same? Something ain't right. I just felt like something wasn't right. And then all of a sudden, I felt like the middle of my head, and I never was a person where my head would itch. I never had a problem with my hair itching. And I felt like all of a sudden, the middle of my head, it just was like, it was just itching. So then I would really, okay, let me wash, let me condition, let me be diligent, even though I was already diligent, but I got even more diligent. And sometime in the middle of the week, I was like, I got to wash my hands. What is going on? I felt like it wasn't the same. I felt like my hair was going, line was going back. I don't know. I was going crazy. And that's part of the reason why I told him, just shave the hair off. Let me start over because I don't know what am I doing different? What is going on here? Then I saw those TikTok videos and I went in my bathroom and was looking at my products and I said, woo! I got that product in now, like I said, I'm not going to be 10 toes down that it was for sure because I used other stuff too. I would put a little bit of oil and then I would have to use some gel in my hair be wet and whatever. Okay. I had to do that. So, excuse me. So I had to do that. And I was like, what's going on? So anywho, the people are complaining. They're saying ever since she sold the brand, the formula is not the same. And she came out and she's 10 toes down that she is still involved in the company and that, the brand is the same. I don't know. I didn't use it before. I just recently used it. And I'm like, I got a couple, the little bit of drops I have in there right now would be enough for me to put tonight. But no, this girl, I'm trashing and I'm done. I ain't taking no chances. I wish her well. But no, I'm done. I'm good. Now, y'all know what I need in the chat, right? I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Sunday afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it, okay? Trending topics. And the title is called Bamboozled. We got Marcus Jordan really thinking he can say somebody's for the streets. He better look at the man in the mirror. We got Nick Cannon. Keep running his mouth talking about Mariah Carey was the one. Sir, take that to your grave, okay? You got 12 kids running out here and 5 different baby mothers. It's not right and it's not fair. And we got the hair care product. Where the influencers are saying, no. Let me go ahead and bring the people on in the building. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, D.
Hey, E. Hey, Leo. Hey, Katrina.
Oh, happy Sunday, rise and shine, give God the glory.
Amen, amen. Listen, I guess we're doing a ladies' day on this Sunday here. Choo choo. Okay, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the story. And the first story I'm gonna do is, what should I do? I'm gonna go ahead and do the hair. Well, go ahead. Was somebody gonna say something? Hey, Leo. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the hair. I'm gonna go ahead and do the hair product. Listen, I commend anybody in this world who starts a business from scratch and rise up to the top and end up having a multi-million-dollar company. Can I tell you that the hair care industry is a billion-dollar industry? If you can legit tap into it, come up with a product that really works, and the ingredients are truly the ingredients that you say they are, listen, I'm here for it. I'm going to stand by your side. I'm rooting you on. There's so many individuals that have a hair care line that are in the entertainment industry. Judy and the Brat, they have their kaleidoscope. We got Stormy still from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Why did the name of hers just slip my mind right now? But she has one also. Okay. Go ahead, Savannah.
Canvas Beauty.
Canvas Beauty. And I like the name too, right? Canvas Beauty. So there's so many people out there. You have what's her name? Diana Ross's daughter has patterns and it's sold in Target. But some of them, when you go to some of those particular entertainers, I think they use their name to create the brand. Where you have someone like Stormy and you have Kaleidoscope, I think they created their brands kind of like homegrown from scratch, and so did this young lady. So let's kind of get into the story, and I'll tell you more about it. So a lot of TikTokers started to trend about this particular product. They said something is not right. Experts issue warning against. Say it for me, Savannah.
Mielle.
Is it Millie? Mielle Organics, and it's viral rosemary and mint oil, and that is the one that I have, right? A beauty expert has gone viral after sharing the purported dangers of Mielle rosemary and mint hair oil. The product initially went viral in 2022. Black beauty influencers credited $10 oil for helping to stimulate hair growth. But 2 years on, something seems to have changed. The clip, which amassed 3.8 million views, starts with a TikToker claiming that Mielle rosemary and mint oil caused her to lose hair as she showed a clump of her hair to the camera. In response, licensed cosmetologist Laura stitched the video to share her thoughts. In the clip, she called out the product's founder, Monique Rodriguez, for selling out, for purportedly letting Proctor Gamble, a white-owned business, take over Mielle Organics. The amount of people who have reached out to me personally, either in DMs or in the comment sections, that said that they use Mielle products and experienced scalp irritations, and that's what happened to me, or massive hair loss, or hair breakage. It's insane, she said. There is no other reason for this except that when she sold out to Procter & Gamble, they changed the formula, okay? And I'm telling you that I felt like I just itching. And this is 4.3 million views on that particular video. The comment sections was full of users with similar experiences. I thought it was just me, one wrote, adding that the oil purportedly made her hair brittle. I'm telling you, my hair started falling out, another claim. In a statement via Instagram direct message, Laura added, for me, it's about accountability. If you have a brand where people are suffering from the same condition from your products, speak to the consumers because we're supporting you. Show empathy by releasing a statement addressing the allegations. But to see that this is an issue and you just sit back and say nothing, oh yeah, we're going to expose you now. Mielle didn't immediately respond to the Daily Dot's request for a comment via TikTok comment. Mielle has been the subject of discourse before. Problems started to rise after accusations beauty influencer Alex Earl made a viral TikTok featuring a product. This is because, according to The Cut, more and more white women started to purchase the product, which is described on its website as being exclusive for Black people's hair. Okay. Black women have legitimate reasons to side-eye white folks discovering Mielle hair oil when brands, Black women single-handedly kept afloat, start chasing white money. They raise prices, change formulas, and erase Black women from their image. Remember this disrespectful S from Shea Moisture. Linguistics professor Undu highlighted why that was a problem in a post on X. When brands Black women single-handedly kept afloat, start chasing white money, they raise prices, change formulas, and erase Black women from their image. Furthermore, another TikToker has slammed Mielle for being part of the Black hair tax, which is when products designed for Caucasian hair are less expensive than others. By all accounts, this latest controversy might be the final nail in the coffin. Has the viral product fallen from its already precarious pedestal? Now, she did finally respond. Let me go to her response. Hold on one second. I think this is it here. Okay, let me share. This is her talking.
Transparency has been at the core of what I do. I have been honored to have you all by my side, ride or die. Whether you have been with us since the early days in the kitchen, or if you have joined us more recently, regardless, your support and your understanding means the world to me. Over the years, we have had the privilege of serving millions of customers who have experienced wonderful results using our products. And you know what? My whole family and I, including myself, are avid users of Mielle, right? Use this oil every day because we believe in the power of our products. So when I made the decision to partner with P&G, it was driven by my vision to take Mielle to new heights and become a global beauty brand. That vision remains as strong as ever today. And so I am so grateful for the opportunities that this partnership has. Very beginning, authentic. I am still involved. I pour my heart into every detail because this is my passion and I'm dedicated to continuing to drive this business forward. Our products are created with healthy ingredients and they are formulated to deliver safe and effective results. We've always taken great care in ensuring the quality of our products. And that commitment has never wavered. So if you have any doubts, I encourage you to explore our labels from 2019 to 2020. So I want to be crystal clear that my involvement in Mielle still as a CEO is a personal choice. I am deeply committed to staying actively involved in every aspect of the brand. From the product development, I'm still involved. From the formulation to the packaging to the design, I am still involved. I pour my heart into every detail because this is my passion and I'm dedicated to continuing to drive this business forward. Our products are created with healthy ingredients and they are formulated to deliver safe and effective results. We've always taken great care in ensuring the quality of our products. And that commitment has never wavered. So if you have any doubts, 2024, you will see that there have been no formula changes. When you look at the rosemary mint oil SKUs, a beloved product and a staple in the community, since the P&G acquisition, nothing has changed. 2024, you will see that there have been no formula changes.
So I keep seeing people talk about how Mielle Organics damaged their hair. I'm sitting here shocked because I just realized I'm a victim too. My hair changed suddenly and I couldn't figure it out, throwing all of it away today. Mielle products ain't never did me wrong. If anything, my hair be growing crazy. Y'all see how all the girls are going bald using Mielle products since they sold out to someone else. Shaking my head. Why they always do this? Create a product for us by us, then sell out to somebody else for a price. Shaking my head, sell out. I'm never using Mielle products again. The Mielle conversation is so interesting because while I think a portion of the problem may be their products, the real issue is improper hair care, starting with the fact that too many people be going mad long without washing your hair falling out because it's dirty, boo. Oh my goodness. It's time to admit people claiming Mielle Organics cause hair loss, lost their hair for other reasons, not shampoo. Yeah, I'm not calling for that BS. Mielle hysteria on TikTok. There's no class action lawsuit, and the woman started all this BS is, of course, selling products to people who are seeking alternatives. Now, when Mielle class action lawsuit drops, I'm gonna be the first to sign up because I most definitely been gaslighting myself into thinking the amount of hair that I was losing was normal. Y'all get it, okay? This is sad. Savannah, what are your thoughts?
I was completely surprised about this story this weekend when I saw Monique's message, and I do have some issues with it. I am very familiar with Monique Rodriguez. She's someone I've been following since around 2018 when her story became viral. And my grandbaby was born in 2016. I know my daughter did use Mielle products in her hair when she was probably about 4 or 5. But it did end up drying her hair most of the day. So she stopped using it within like 3 months of using Mielle. But I'm very familiar with Monique. I follow her on LinkedIn and Instagram. She beautiful family. She's always been her story of being, coming from the inner city and just trying to find not only herself, but she didn't have any strong examples or any real examples of women in business or companies and running companies, successful, profitable companies like she did with Mielle. And I'm really surprised. I was really surprised that she did sell the company to Proctor Gamble. But I was even more surprised when she said that she was still involved, because everything that I see her doing for the past maybe year and a half, Monique has been traveling. She's been about her daughters who are about to go to college. It doesn't show where she's involved with her company anymore. So for her to say that she partnered with P&G, I do not believe that to be true, because it came out on Forbes magazine where she sold the company to P&G. So for her to say that, she may be involved in it somehow, but I had started hearing that there was something wrong with the formula, but I didn't know anything about all this hysteria on TikTok or social media over these past few days. That message that she just read was not, I didn't find it to be genuine, because she was reading. It didn't really come from her from her heart. It just seemed more that she was reading a teleprompter or a message or something. So it's unfortunate because she is a pioneer in the minority community. She's non-controversial. I really like her TED Talks and her engagement, and especially young women. And she has organizations that helps young women who are starting businesses. She mentors, coaches. So Monique is someone I really enjoy, and I've always hoped that Stormy Steele will look at Monique Rodriguez and see her as maybe possibly a path in how to take Canvas Beauty, because I do believe that Stormy has a strong product there too. So I think she's going to have to do a lot of PR cleanup and honestly get involved in her company and in her product.
Yeah, it's always hard when you sell your name and likeness. It's a catchy thing. I get the benefit of it by connecting with a bigger company, but it's a touchy thing to do. E, your thoughts? E, are you there? Okay, let me move.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
I could not find the mute button. My apologies. You know, I just have to be true to myself. Can I be true to myself?
Of course you can.
Well, I don't know this person. And, after what these Black women have said about her online, I don't want to know her. She sold out to the white man, and P&G is a giant. How come they didn't put the force behind cleaning up this nightmare? She said at the beginning of the video that her whole family uses the Mielle products. Well, then the whole family must be itching and bald-headed and scallywags, because she said, what did she say? They all use the product. Listen, these people are not lying on her. She said her involvement with the brand as CEO is a personal choice. And when she said that, I got frozen. I mean, chick, don't do us any favors. I mean, what do you mean it's your personal choice? Like, what was that supposed to mean? That didn't sound good to me. And for me, as someone who has worked in customer service, somebody who has worked in management and HR, for me, a better statement would have been, I have received your feedback. I have heard the concerns. Your safety and overall hair health is our top priority. Although we do not, what did she say? Although we have not made any changes to our ingredients, we are committed to investigating these concerns and we'll be following up once our investigation has concluded. She didn't say anything like that. Basically, what I heard was, if y'all hair falling out, that's a you problem. That's what I heard. Now, Mielle's products were acquired by Proctor Gamble, P&G, right? And so that company is ran by an old fat white man, and his information is out there. But my biggest takeaway with saying that is P&G has been involved in several lawsuits. They were charged with false advertising in December 2023. I'm not sure if anybody remembers. It was a class action lawsuit, and they're about to get another one, allegedly. This one back in December was for falsely advertising its feminine hygiene products as 100% organic. And the suit claimed that the products contain synthetic ingredients and titanium dioxide. And then it was another one. They had to pay out $8 million in damages for selling aerosol products that contain benzene. Listen, they also were charged with misleading claims about natural ingredients in February of 2024. Just this year, 2 proposed class action plaintiffs sued P&G for misleading customers about the percentage of national origin ingredients in the shampoos and conditioners. And then Charmin Fresh Makes flushable wipes. A class action lawsuit was filed against P&G alleging that the wipes were falsely marketed as flushable. This company is full of crap, and she sold the business over there to them. So when she comes on here and say it's her personal choice, well, you might as well reverse that personal choice and keep it to yourself. And if I was your family, I would be going to, what's that place called who's the attorney who has that saying, for the people, not the powerful? Who is that?
I don't know.
Well, she needs to move. She needs to go over there with Bally like Russell Simmons, because the people are coming.
The people are coming. I honestly, I'm telling you, only because, like I said, I have the product myself, and I only noticed this change. Like, now I'm connecting it to this product because of what people said. It could have been a bad batch. Maybe she should look into that. You know what I'm trying to say? It could have been something, but I don't think it's all made up. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, Diva, Felicia D put in the chat, Diva, you might need to contact Morgan and Morgan, for the people, not the powerful.
I appreciate y'all. You know what? I'm gonna call it a wash. I done saved my hair off, but I feel bad for the people that had hair on their head. You understand what I'm trying to say? That really was losing, and they had a whole lot of hair on their head. I didn't have much to go to cut it off in the first place. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and let it go. Tay, your thoughts?
I don't know if I want to buy that kind of stuff for my hair, because I was afraid if I lose my hair or I get scratched on my head for this right here. Girl, you should have your lawyer, your attorney with you when you sold it to this guy right here. Then we will have problem with this right here. I just don't understand why you sell your company and you don't have your lawyer with you at all. Because a lawyer always be there when you like, oh, you want to, sell a company with this right here. That's my dog right there, Diva.
I appreciate you. Katrina, you're up.
Hello, y'all. I understand that people want to take their product to the next level, but you got to know who you sending your products to. Now, first of all, Procter and Gamble is they're gonna lower the value of your items, your product, your whatever you pushing, because that's less money for them to be out of. And second of all, if you want your hair to grow, I'm not saying it's about everybody's hair. Just take some biotin, get some sulfate and globamine, grease your hair to the scalp, massage it in there. Just don't put it on and massage the hair in, massage the stuff in there. And also take vitamin E. Everybody doesn't have to follow that recipe, but that's the recipe for me. And my hair is middle waves my back. But either way, and I keep them in braids. But the thing of it is, you got to know what you're selling. You sold your products and you saying that you there with it. So what changed? Why people hair falling out? Was their hair falling out before you sold it to Procter and Gamble? Probably not. Because isn't Procter Gamble over Pampers and Coca-Cola and all that type of stuff too? So they got a lot of dang irons in the fire. So you honestly think that they're gonna take heed to your product? They saw that your product was moving in the black community, because black people hair is totally different from white people hair. Most white people can't even put oil in their hair because it makes it heavy, and they get lice that way. So I don't understand, why would you take something that's good for you, which we know, you're trying to get to another level whatsoever. But if it was making you money at that point, why didn't you keep it in a black owned family and keep your products going for the black people that you started it with, that these people went out and bought, and now they bald headed. So now you giving these people getting alopecia in their head because they trust in your product, and your product is not worth anything anymore because you sold it to the man. And now you probably gonna be hit with lawsuits. So if you out there traveling and whatsoever, maybe you do need to go out to Bali so they won't get you, because girl, you messing with people's hair, and women is very particular about their hair. That's their main thing. Don't nobody want to walk around with no scalps looking like they got the mange. This is ridiculous. So, honey, jump on the jet. Go over to with Bally with Russell Simmons, because like they said, they coming for you. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. So Carol's daughter, if I'm not mistaken, she also sold her product too. I would have to look it up. But Carol's daughter started in Brooklyn, New York. And she was another one, homegrown product, right? Was started in her kitchen. If you do Carol's daughter's story, and then after she started in her kitchen, you can really only buy her products in Brooklyn. And then she kind of grew from there. But I want to say that she also sold her product too. Yeah. Thank you, Felicia. Carol sold to L'Oreal. So, I mean, it's not really just bad. I mean, I'm not against you selling your product. Because everything is about growth. There's so many people that have, Sean John. I mean, he sold Sean John for a minute. And then before he got into all the trouble that he's currently in, he bought it back. He tried to bring the name back. But the thing about selling your product when it's your name and likeness is rough. It's rough because they, at that point, at the end of the day, if they feel like if you use coconut oil in your product and then all of a sudden for them to buy coconut oil is too much money, if they want to keep your product in a certain price range, so then they're substituted. They'll look up, what can we substitute for coconut oil? Then they'll get that, and it changes your whole product, and it's like whatever, and then the people looking at you. So she tried to come out and say something, and she said, if you look on the ingredients from a bottle from 20 whatever, well, who would still have a bottle from that old? Unless they just didn't use the product, but that wouldn't make sense. You didn't use it, you bought another one. I don't know. Leo, your thoughts?
Okay, me diving for the mute button. All right. So what's happening, everybody? Listen. Okay, so Diva, I'm a part of the club with you. Mm-hmm. I am also one of the people that can't. I done tried all the bonnets. I have tried all the wraps. I'm telling you, every night, whether or not I sleep alone or with someone, my whatever scarf, bonnet, it ends up on the floor. I cannot keep them things on my head when I sleep. I can't. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen. And I've tried all of them. But Diva, I do have one scarf that is just like back in the day. You tie it, you fold it into a triangle, and then you tie it in the back of your head. And I've had this same, and it's a good scarf.
The head scarf. Yeah, the head scarf.
Yes, I've had it since the 80s, and I have been trying to replace it for decades.
Can't find nothing.
And can't find nothing. Can't find nothing. And I don't know what it's made out of. It's imitation silk, imitation something, imitation polyester because it's from the 80s, but it's been hanging on all these years. So I regress. I'll go get to the topic. Mm-hmm. Okay. So with this particular situation, I do feel like, because within her statement of this young lady with this product, in her statement, in about 70% of it, I think it's BS, right? I think she's walking the line. I think she sold a product, and they're saying, if you want to keep your residuals coming, then you better come through and say it.
Come on, talk.
Because it's your name and it's your product. Mm-hmm. That's 70% of the first part of what she said. But then I'm looking at her at the side eye because she then said, well, the formula hasn't changed. But sis, you no longer in the laboratory producing this product anymore. You actually just repeating what they told you to say, but you don't really know that. But you put your whole name on, they haven't changed the formula. She don't really know that part. She's saying that she's still involved, but she's not saying she still is a part of the business model. She did not explain it in those type of terms. She did not say that she worked every day in the lab and she was meeting with the people and she was making sure the branding. She was still a part of the concept. She was still a part of the manufacturing. She says she's still involved, which actually means that's the reason why I'm giving y'all this statement right now, because I'm still involved. But she sold the company. Mm-hmm. She sold it. Mm-hmm. So they're making these changes to make it they get more profit off the same name with putting in less. It's business 101. It's called lowering your manufacturing costs. They can't make it. They can't. All the money, the millions that they paid her, they got to make them millions back. So whatever they need to do to lower manufacturing costs, including and not excluding, simply you have to be able to mimic, like you said, the cocoa oil. What's a good substitute for cocoa oil? Or what's a good substitute for shea butter that's cheaper? They're going to be coming in with products and claiming it's the same thing, but it's really not. And she put her face on it, and her whole reputation is on it. And she's invested simply because she's the one putting herself out there after they done changed the formula. They may ain't told her. They may not be obligated to tell her. She is collectively, she sold the company. She's still the face of the company, and she is still obligated to smooth things over as best as she can. That's what I think.
I think you hit the nail on the head. And the product that I'm thinking of, where two sisters started, it's a tragic story, but it's called Miss Jessie's. If you want to look up that story, there was two sisters that kind of started that hair care brand and was doing very well. And then one of the sisters' boyfriends drove the other one to unalive herself. But Miss Jessie's was another hair care brand that was started in their kitchen, so to speak, homegrown, right? So it's really hard, because at a certain point, and I'll show you, like, I used to follow that brand too. So I'm very into, like I said, whenever I can, I do lend my I will test out a brand. Like I said, I got a little range there where I would say to myself, okay, I'll spend this amount of money, purchasing something, and I'll try it. And I used to use their hair mask, Miss Jessie's. I don't know if you ever saw it, but if you get an opportunity, read this story. Boyfriend drove hair care entrepreneur to unalive herself, the sisters. So two sisters started this hair care brand called Miss Jessie's. Again, they were from Brooklyn, and they was doing extremely well. And again, and this they ended up fighting over money. It was very sad, just very sad. But two sisters started that business, and one of the sisters took her own life, but started it, in their kitchen, right? In my opinion, your thoughts?
So Mielle has never been for all types of hair.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It's related to certain types, and if you took that to a beautician or a cosmetologist, they would tell you, yeah, this wouldn't do nothing for your hair. If you had curly or coily hair, it worked really well in your hair. So people that had more kinkier or nappier hair, it won't do anything for your hair. Actually, it'll strip the nutrients out of your hair. So you would then need something else to put some nutrients back in your hair. Also, another thing that people have to think about when we talk about hair loss and stuff is the more stress you're under, hair loss, heritage, hair loss. So it can come from a complex of different things. And in order to know where it came from, you would have to literally go to the doctor, and it would have to be said, like, no, it's not in a heritage. No, it didn't come from stress or anxiety or anything else. Hormone changes are not at normal, so it's not from hormones. It would have to be, okay, the medications and supplements you're taking, no, it is not from that. Like, it's a lot of different things that can cause hair loss. So we have to be careful when we put out a statement that a product has made them lose their hair. You really need to see a cosmetologist, and you also need to see a doctor, because they can do the test to tell you where their hair loss is coming from. Most people think that it's really easy to say, oh, well, it came from a product. But if you have a good beautician or cosmetologist that knows their work, they can look at those products and tell you if it's good for your hair or not. Now, even though they're not all natural, all her products are not all natural, okay? And there's a really small little line on the back of her ingredients that tells you some of the unnatural stuff she has in it, which is some kind of dye or something that actually strips away the coils of the hair. If you have hair that can take that stripping, then that's fine. It's the same stripping that's also found in relaxers. So if your hair is natural and it's not strong enough to take that stripping, of course it's going to damage your hair. It's going to damage the follicles. It's going to make it thin at first, and then it'll start balding. But that's just my take from me going to beauty school and everything. But I pray that everybody find out where it's coming from, because there's a lot of people that still say they use the products and have no problems. And that's fine too. I have never used it in my hair because it's not for my texture of hair. But hey, to each his own.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. But I do think if someone knows, like, my hair has been fine until I use XYZ shampoo, I think they can come to the conclusion that maybe it's that shampoo that they're using, right? Unless they had some major something traumatic happen to them. Because like I said, for me and my part, I noticed a difference. I didn't know what to attribute it to. But then when I started to see these videos, I said, wait a minute, wow. I've been using this for the last like 4 to 5 months, because it take a long time for me to go through a bottle like this, because I only use a couple drops in my hair, at night. But I wish her well. And I hope she can recover from this, because once the thing about the social media, I like it and I don't like it at the same time, because once something negative goes viral like that, it's hard to recover. But I hope she has a recovery from this, and things turn around, so to speak. But again, it's the cautionary tale of once you sell your name, you really no longer have 100% control over it. It's like when somebody buys your company, but they'll keep you on as a CEO. But what does that really mean? Because if they want to fire you or do something, they still can. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll right into our next story. And our next story, I want to do this. It is. It's a blessing and a curse, social media, right? I want to go ahead and roll right into this next story with Marcus Jordan. So with Marcus Jordan, toxic braiding here, it's a lot of stuff. What, I can't, increase matters. I'm not going to say that 100%, not at all. But what I am saying is that I did know, I noticed something with my hair, and then now I'm backtracking it to this oil that I was using, right? But that doesn't mean that was so similar to like what, in my opinion, said. It could be a multitude of things that led to such situation. But I'm saying it's ironic that I had similar situations like these other individuals. So I'll go ahead and move on to this Marcus Jordan. I think I said it before, that it's extremely sad when you have an ex. Okay, we didn't work out. Whatever, life goes on. You got an ex, and then that ex wants to, talk bad about you, right? I think it's like the worst thing that can ever happen. And that when people do that, it's like, just move on, go on with your life and let me go live mine. Like, no need to talk bad about me. So Marcus Jordan, who I feel like has the nerve, especially because he was caught, putting the cocoa up his nose, and he gonna talk about Larsa, talking about, because somebody asked him a question. And people often say when people are asked a question, well, they ask them a question. People ask me questions all the time, and I just won't answer if I don't want to answer. I'm like, I'm not getting involved. I'm not going to answer that. So people can ask you a question and you cannot answer, or you could spin it around and give an answer that is more favorable than not. So Marcus Jordan says he sent ex Larsa Pippen back to the streets after their breakup. And he said, I'm good. If you was really good, sir, you wouldn't say anything negative about her. But those are my thoughts. So Marcus Jordan told a fan he sent his ex Larsa Pippen back to the streets after their breakup earlier this year. On Friday, the second eldest child of NBA legend Michael Jordan posted a carousel of images on Instagram of himself hanging out with Kevin Hart, rapper Gunna, Dave Chappelle, and more stars. When a fan asked about Pippen's whereabouts in the comments, Marcus 33 said he was back with she was back where she belongs, with a street emoji. Oh, she belongs in the street, sir. You know this woman has children. And see, again, I'll say the Larsa, but this what happens too when you in your 50s or you approaching your 50s or whatever, and you messing with a baby, okay? You got no home training, just a whole hot mess. So when another fan told the former basketball player to go get his girl back, he simply replied, I'm good. A rep for Pippen told Page 6, we hope he gets the help he needs. It won't be in one of her homes. And come on, Larsa. Yeah, he needs to get the help. And so, sir, do you have your own place? I know you got the store, but the store is funded by your dad. If he stops funding this store, will you even have that? In January 2023, Marcus and Pippen 50 made their relationship Instagram official with pics of them posing together at the Jordan family retail boutique, the Trophy Room. After breaking up and reconciling several times, the pair finally broke things off for good earlier this year. In July, the mom of four told Entertainment Tonight the romance was off. I think it's off. I mean, it's off. It is off, she said. So she kept it kind of clean there because, you know, they was going back and forth so much. She was like, I don't know, maybe we are, maybe we're not, okay? So I feel like I'm good. I'm good. However, Marcus didn't stay off the market for too long. In August, he showed off his romance with Ashley Stevenson while they vacationed in St. Tropez, France. At the time, Marcus shared multiple clips of him and the blonde bombshell packing on a PDA while enjoying a boat ride together. Meanwhile, the ex-wife of NBA legend Scottie Pippen enjoyed the remainder of summer with her children. Last week, Larsa posted snaps of herself and her daughter Sophia, 15, enjoying time at the beach. Summer 2024, she captioned a post which included a picture of the reality star and the teen sharing a hug in clear blue water. I think Marcus is for the streets, but those are my thoughts. Savannah, your thoughts?
Diva, I thought I heard on one of the other channels that she had basically threw first jabs first when that picture came out of him on the boat with the girlfriend doing the thing on the nose. She made a caption of saying it was her holding like a martini glass or something, saying sipping, not sniffing. And Portia had liked it or something. So she had drew first blood when this came out. So although he's messy and childish, I could see that this is because they've been going at it back and forth on social media. But I know she went on the those two Good Morning America, TJ and Amy show podcast. I know Larsa was on there and they had asked her about the relationship, and she just said that age wasn't a factor, but that they just weren't each other's person. I do believe that they both were not faithful to each other. I think they were just toxic. And I think Larsa was trying to get a Air Jordan to her clan so she could secure that bag. And Michael and Juanita were not having it. And I think that's what originally caused the tension between both of them. So Marcus is a mess. I'm starting to believe more and more that he's slow and something's wrong with him and he needs some help. But I think Larsa threw the first jab on this one and he just reacted back.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Savannah. E, you're up. All right. E, are you there? All right, let me roll the Tay Tay. You're up. Oh, wait, E, I see you came off of mute. Go ahead, E.
Every time I'm flipping through tabs, it's insane. You wouldn't believe it. But Savannah is right. Larsa started this. And so I do remember that, Savannah, where Larsa made that post and Portia made that shady comment as if Portia had any room to talk. She's the grandmother of the streets. But anywho, this is a black man and his preference. I'm not getting involved in that. I have absolutely nothing to say. I say, if I had to say anything, keep all that ghetto trash down there in Miami or wherever the hell they live and let them duke it out the best they can. To my sisters watching from the outside, don't get involved in this. This is not our fight. Choo choo.
Tay Tay, you're up.
I said, Lori, good luck. This is your fight, not ours. Keep us from the chat. Choo choo.
Thank you.
That's right, Tay Tay.
Tay a mess. God, y'all are crazy. She was just a part of the team. That relationship wasn't gonna last. It was just like when a student is messing with a teacher, he go back and tell the boys that he had that teacher or whatsoever, and then they want to try it. So, because that's how her life is. They go from men to men to men, and they got a chance to get hit that, they gonna hit that. And so that's what he did, and now he's gone. She was just a part of the team. He wasn't gonna stay in that relationship with her no way. And now she see that she should have probably stayed with Scotty. I don't know if Scotty was cheating or not, but honey, that was your best bet. You should have left the cradle, the baby in the cradle, and went on to your other men that's of age. Well, he is of age, but to your age, and let it go. So, like I said, she was part of the team. He hit it, he quit it, and he gone. That's it.
Thank you, Leo. Your thoughts?
The girls is too right tonight. I do feel like this is a non-issue. They pretty much the same as far as I'm concerned with Marcus and Larsa. She's a sniper, so he is not, right? But he ain't as dumb as she thought he was. He is very immature, and his emotional IQ is in the negative. But he's 33 years old. I mean, and he come from money. So what type of progression you think this young man is possibly going to have, Larsa, within the circle she done travel, and this young man here? And if he's sliding her name, she did throw the first rock. Yes, she did. But Larsa, at the end of the day, go get a whole life. I watched The Real Housewives of Miami. I watched all the seasons, and Larsa is clever in the sense of her skills of manipulation. And I do feel like the thing that really ended their relationship. I don't think it was Marcus. I think it was Larsa, because Marcus was too dumb to be manipulated. And meaning that at the end of the day, he don't have money. He has Michael Jordan's money.
Right.
Yeah. And so so you get what I'm saying? Like the money decisions that was going on in his life, even though Michael Jordan made a little sly comment, he don't really have to be out here barking on the mics, because Marcus' whole livelihood comes from him. She has no strings to pull with this young man. She had none. His wealth and his money was not controlled by him. right? We all see in his behavior and his attitude and the things that he's doing that's come to the front. We see he is not emotionally mature, but he still is not worrying about how bills are going to get paid because his father pays his bills. Like, he good. He just out here. But Larsa needs a man that she at least can be able to say, he has this and he has that, and we got this type of status going on. She found out from the back end that Marcus wasn't it. I'm telling you, she found out from the back end. Like, the back end, and meaning nothing is in his name. Nothing. That's what I think. And I think that, yes, he's stupid, and yes, he's immature, but Larsa is not above signing up for that type of BS. She's not. And so her hands ain't clean in this either. So it is what it is, and they get what they got, and I hope they keep us out the group chat. That's all I got.
I appreciate you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So this is another story of you get what you get. Because she was old enough to be his mama, dating this kid that was not even on her level. And the mere fact that she did that was already showing her low status. And him throwing this little slide dig at her that he sent her back to where she came from, he wasn't lying. I mean, he did send her back to where she was coming from. But here's the thing. The streets have always talked about her.
Gotcha.
It ain't nobody that was on the streets that wasn't talking about her. On Real Housewives of Miami, they told her she was and so now he telling her she is. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like she thought she was gonna marry into the Jordan family and get her some of that Jordan money. And as long as it took Juanita and Michael to get to Marcus' head to get him to see that she wasn't the right one for him because he was just snatched up by this cougar that had more experience than him, and he was loving having it. Yeah, he found out the hard way. So you get what you get.
Oh, all right then. They said Larsa's getting what she get. He found her in the streets and he released her back to the streets. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to this last story. I think with Nick Cannon, every time somebody could put a mic in his face, he talks about how Mariah is the one that got away. He would get back with Mariah. The only reason why I'm saying this disrespectful is because he has 5 baby mothers, and not just because he had 5 baby mothers, but because he has children with them. And then children are so sensitive, and it'll almost be like when they grow up, because the internet doesn't go away, because kids are relentless sometimes, and they do this bullying thing and stuff like that. It's like, watch what you say, because imagine as a kid, you keep hearing your dad say, Mariah, and if Mariah is not your mother, she was the one. So you think, okay, well, what about my mom and what about us, right? Everybody hit that like button for me. If you're out there, hit the like button. So let me go ahead and get into this Nick Cannon story. So Nick Cannon admits he indulged in crazy antics. You see how everybody wants to play around with the words. What do you mean crazy antics? You was cheating while married to Mariah Carey. He said it was madness. Nick Cannon indulged in crazy antics while married with his ex-wife Mariah Carey. The 43-year-old has 12 children with various women, including 13-year-old twins, Monroe and Moroccan, with singer Mariah, 55, to whom he was married for 6 years before they split in 2014. He has now said at the Fox Fall Press Day about his recent comments, he would absolutely get back together with his ex. Yeah, she don't want me. She's moved on from my crazy antics. Nick told E! News in August he hoped he and Mariah could give their relationship a second try. He said at the time, we belonged together, before adding he would absolutely get back together with the 5-time Grammy winner adding it would be stupid if they didn't. Since splitting, Nick and Mariah have been co-parenting their twins, with the TV host having 10 more children with a total of 5 other partners. He also said at the Fox event about how he is a difficult co-parenting companion. Yeah, I mean, to my ex's credit, you know what I mean. Dealing with me must be madness. But he insists he's a devoted father, telling people at the end of the day, if you put the kids first and remove ego, you can do anything. He added about how he had enjoyed a great summer with his huge family. We hung out in Malibu, traveled, and went to the beach a lot. So I think all the kids really enjoyed themselves. Nick also told the outlet about how he was enjoying seeing his kids get back to school season. It reminds me of when I was in school shopping for clothes, getting the kids excited. He admitted about one of his children struggling with sitting in lessons. I have a 7-year-old in 4th grade, son Golden, I guess that's Sagan, and he is just so smart that even school is boring to him. So it's like getting him re-engaged and excited because he has so much fun during the summer. So all right, we can still have just as much fun during the school year, but it's kind of just keeping the excitement. So he constantly, this is not the first time, and it probably won't be the last, that Nick Cannon talks about how Mariah was the one. What are your thoughts, Savannah?
And Nick Cannon, the last thing that Mariah needs right now is to deal with Nick Cannon and all his antics. She recently lost both sister and mother, and although their relationship was not the strongest, that still affects her mentally in some sort of way. So for Nick to be on almost every podcast that he goes to, because I remember him saying it on TI. I think he went on TI's podcast and he said the same thing. So he's been spewing this for years, and Mariah has made it very clear that she has no interest in rekindling any type of relationship besides co-parenting with the 2 kids. His feelings didn't matter in girl number 2, number 3, number 4, or number 5. So why all of a sudden it does this need to come up now when Mariah's going through one of the toughest periods in her life? If he really cared about her, he would support her, be there for her, and ask her, avoid these questions, just like Raven Simone does when they're interviewed. I think he's from that era. You would think he would have some common sense and leave Mariah alone right now when she's going through a tough period in her life. And Nick always thinks about himself, but not anyone else. So he just trying to stay important. I'm done.
Thank you. Appreciate you. E, you're up.
I have to be honest. As soon as you said that he would love to get back with Mariah, I was thinking, Diva, shut up. I refuse to participate in this madness. I mean, it just makes no sense. And when you mentioned earlier, well, his kids will probably feel some type of way about him saying that he only loved Mariah. Nick doesn't give a damn about those kids. They are symbols of his conquest over the women. And he basically said it the other day when he was on whatever show it was, talking about how men view women. Nick has said being the good guy didn't work for him, and that being this toxic type of energy, it attracted these type of females to him. Nick doesn't respect those type of women. He doesn't respect the women, and by the fact that he has so many children in so many different places, he don't give a damn about those kids either. Nick is living his rich Black life with his preference women and his preference looking children, and I say to that, have at it. This is not my fight. I mean, good luck.
Increased Matter say he needs 50 sessions with Iyanla. Whew, and I don't even know if 50 would help, but that'll be a start. You are correct. Say your thoughts.
Mariah Carey, she see this. Why are you so obsessed with me? You're delusional. You're delusional. Look at here, Nick Katie. Leave Mariah Carey alone. She just lost her mother and her sister. And you still gonna talk about this woman right here? Let her be peaced out of mind right there. I remember this right here when they got divorced. He talked about his old girlfriend. You know, what's that? Love Don't Cost the movie. Remember that girlfriend, Diva?
I do.
You was yap about that one right there. That's why Mariah Carey dumped your butt because you want to go with your girlfriend, your old girlfriend. That's why. You should, Nikki, leave Mariah Carey alone. She ain't think about you. She think about herself, your twins, and the concert. Yeah, Mariah Carey is having a good time in her life. She ain't think about Nick Cannon at all. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Katrina, you up?
Tay Tay and E is a mess. Um, Mariah, you went with this young man, which was he was younger than she was whatsoever, and the relationship seemed to be going good. He wanted out. She wanted to stay with him. Actually, she wanted to stay with him. She didn't want to get a divorce. And now he didn't realize he had messed up by going around trying to have little Mariahs, and that would never be. Now you want her back. Well, when you had her, you should have kept her. So now you looking like an old, well, not an old fool, but a crazy fool with all these children. And just, what are you going to do? Have a football team, basketball team? This is totally ridiculous. And then you said, like you said, Dee, he said this out, that Mariah was the one that got away. I'm quite sure Mariah's happy that she got away because look what she got if she would have stayed with you. That's all I got.
I appreciate you. Leo, your thoughts?
Nick is Nick playing. Nick Cannon already know Mariah don't want him. He already know this. And so for him to get out in the public is doing two things. He is trying to blunt the fact that a lot of these other four baby mamas that he got these kids with are all expecting him to be with them. And he is not. Like he sold his wild oats. Of course he don't want to be back with Mariah Carey. And of course Mariah Carey would not take him back with a 60-yard pole. She would not even touch this man at all. So like Nick Cannon know this, Mariah know this. It's all the other people listening that don't know this. This is all BS. This is all Nick doing the same old type of stuff that he always do. I think a piece is her headlines. I think a piece is that he missed sowing his wild oats. A piece of it is that he is a megalomaniac and he wanted to plant his seed everywhere. I mean, it's a piece of all of that. And so the man is not in no way, shape, or form thinking that he gonna get with Mariah. That is all to all the other baby mothers, and he's manipulative. It's all the other people that's listening to say, "Oh, my dream person to be back with is Mariah." BS. That's a bunch of BS. Mariah know, the main person know that that's not gonna happen. They already know this. This is not a thing. He playing as usual. He not as dumb as he look, in my opinion. I mean, Nick Cannon is a 13.2. And after Jeremy Robinson, the number that went to 13.3. I am done with these fools.
Ooh, Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So Nick Cannon cares about nobody but himself. And his only reason for wanting Mariah back is the spotlight. And he wants to help boost that girl's career, Morocco, because she did that singing with her mama during Christmas time, and they've decided to do a Christmas album. So he just wants to be on the hype. He doesn't really love these women. He bounced from one woman to the other and then back to them again. And I don't understand how, for the life of me, these women drop their standards just for him and let him come on in and come back into their life and knock them up again. And the cycle continues. It's crazy. I really wish, instead of them trying to control what women do with their body, these men out here having kids in the 10s and 12s, 13s, 14s, they need to go ahead and castrate them. Save these women some trouble.
Ooh. I appreciate you. Listen, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's messy. It impacts the kids, and I feel bad. But it sounds like, I doubt if the twins were there, but it sounds like he's trying to say this summer every one of his kids was together with him at the beach, and they was just one big family. I don't know. But listen, guys, I'm gonna roll into I'm gonna call it an informational story, especially with the debate coming up this Tuesday. Remember that Tiffany, what is her name? That mayor that they accuse of Henyard's of, just misappropriating the funds. We often talk over here, well, when we bring up the politic conversation, how you gotta be mindful of who you vote for locally, like your mayors in your town and all of that. Well, I don't know who voted this chicken, but she's a whole hot flaming mess. Did not seem to be ready for the job. It's messy, but I want to give you one of the latest updates. Because the last story I did, they said she was in hiding. Well, she must have came out of hiding, because this girl is a mess. She's a disgrace, and I don't even live where she's a mayor at, and I'm just saying she's a whole disgrace. But hold on, we're gonna get into this story real quick. I'm gonna show this to y'all.
GN investigates a party with a purpose. South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard threw a bash this weekend. She's trying to silence her critics amidst an ongoing federal investigation into her spending and leadership.
And it is as investigative reporter Ben Bradley found, like many of Henyard's events, taxpayers are left footing some of the bill.
Hey guys, hey! It's your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor.
The super mayor took to social media to promote her party. There was a bounce house, skating, and a food giveaway.
But I spend my own money to make sure that I put on for myself. I always put my money where my mouth is.
Henyard said she paid after trustees refused. They're trying to control her spending and were skittish because the event was advertised as the Friends of Tiffany Henyard Picnic. That's also the name of her campaign fund. Her lawyer denies it was a political event, but it's clear the bash was meant to bolster Henyard's image as she faces a federal investigation into her spending in Dalton, where she's the mayor, and Thornton Township, where she's the supervisor.
And for those that don't know, let me make sure I'm crystal clear about this. I ain't never took a damn thing in my life. So I want to make sure y'all hear it out of my mouth.
Let's start with the party's location. It was held at a skating rink Henyard commissioned in Dalton with an initial estimated cost of $269,000. WGN Investigates had to sue Dalton to get Henyard's administration to release credit card records, and we noticed a $17,000 charge to a roller skate wholesaler.
I'm thinking that's for the roller skates that the residents never got a chance to use.
Dalton trustee Tammy Brown says Henyard's rink doesn't keep regular hours. Skycam 9 flew over on a beautiful Friday evening, and no one was there.
It's only open when she's there or she's having an event.
At Tuesday night's meeting, trustee Andrew Holmes resurfaced. The Henyard ally is under investigation after a village employee accused him of sexual assault on a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas. He denies wrongdoing and defends Henyard's leadership.
If it's anything that was criminally done, it would be out there. So children are having fun, the families are having fun, and things are getting done.
This was in the box. We got greens. We got greens, beans, potatoes, you name it. Look at that.
Henyard frequently promotes the township's food pantry, but she's been accused of distributing the boxes with campaign messages. The Greater Chicago Food Depository performed a spot check Tuesday and reminded the township its food can't be used to promote a politician.
None of that food comes from the Chicago Food Depository, so they called us about your fake complaints the other day. We already got all that straight.
That's Keith Price, who runs the food pantry. He tells WGN Investigates the food boxes came from township surplus.
But y'all missing the biggest point. You got people like myself that care about community that people try to stop. People will always try to stop things they cannot control. That's what it's all about. Someone young, vibrant, energetic like myself, who cannot and will not be bought, is the one that's constantly moving forward.
Henyard has frequently been accused of mixing political and public money. Those newly obtained spending records show Dalton taxpayers footed the bill for more than $8,000 worth of hotel rooms during an event for Henyard's namesake cancer charity last year. The charity has now been shut down by the Illinois Attorney General.
God wanted me to lead the people. God knew that I wouldn't take no mess. He knew that I would stand strong in the fire for you.
The dysfunction in Dalton grows as trustees opposed to Henyard wrestle for control. The housing director says he's been locked out of computer systems, and there are questions about who currently has access to the village's bank accounts. Trustees opposed to Henyard say they're working to cobble together a budget that will begin to dig Dalton out of a multi-million-dollar deficit. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
She a piece of work. I'll give everybody 60 seconds if they want to say something about this chick. I can't with her. And the debate is Tuesday, and we're probably going to talk about the debate. But Savannah, your thoughts on this?
I have been following this saga for a little over a year now, and it's unfortunate for the town. This lady is so brazen and has some really strong components, and she is a mess. I don't even know how to explain Tiffany and how she handles the meetings and with the town folks. And I know meetings are going to start again this week. They're coming back this week because they live stream on YouTube. So I usually watch them around my lunchtime. But this township and the staffers, the trustees, they knew that something was going on. They just needed someone to listen to them. But everyone from the police chief to some commissioners and other townships, they seem to be involved in this scandal driven by Tiffany. So I'm interested. I'm going to stay glued and see what, because she was in hiding and she did just resurface over the Labor Day weekend. They spotted her in town. So I'm going to continue watching this soap opera.
Yes. E, any thoughts?
Not at this time.
I appreciate you. Tay.
All I said, this is a hot mess right here. That's all I gotta say, Devo.
Thank you, Katrina.
People like her is the reason why they don't want to put people like us in charge of anything. You get in there and you abuse the system. That's ridiculous and sad. Your face is beat to the gods, but you got people in your community going to food banks. That's ridiculous. They need to get her. That's all I got.
I appreciate you. Leo?
Ooh. This is super juicy. I have no thoughts at this time because I gotta catch up with Savannah to see what she know. Cause I have only saw, I think Lightfoot from Chicago had some words to say about this young lady, and then my ears perked up that she was missing, and I was like, wow. But it was something about it that would not let me tap in because I didn't want to get sensationalized and get my emotions in. But now I'm not emotionally trying to figure out what's going on. I am very intellectually curious about this story, so I will be digging in.
Got you. Thank you, Leo. In my opinion,
She got a lot of charges coming up on her. And it's gonna be bad for her because she's already told the cops to obey somebody that's been, supposed to not be listened to. So she got a lot of stuff up on her sleeve. It's somebody she's doing this with. It's somebody else behind the strings, pulling the strings. And I really feel like it's a shame that she sat here and talking about some God put her in the position. Everybody you like to use God's name so ill-formed. And I really hate it when they do that because God don't dwell in darkness and confusion. He never does. That's the devil. And so y'all better learn who you listening to because God don't do anything in confusion. Everything is clear, conformed, and it's precise. But I'll keep listening to it.
Maybe Satan is the God she talking about. But anyway.
Mr. Hobson, your thoughts?
Good evening, everybody. Literally, I just got home from work and I tapped in right on time. How's everybody doing?
Good.
I think like how you touched on this like a video or two ago. This is literally like looking into a mirror, like the state of what happened to me in my city about a decade ago. And like I said in the last video, our mayor got hit with 28 years. And the only reason he's out now is because Trump gave him a pardon. So, like I said before, pray for Dalton because it's terrible. Like every time I see her or a soundbite or a video, it's like she should be auditioning for a Zeus Network or something. Like it's crazy.
It is.
Like I said, pray for Dalton. Like the residents just because I think at this point when Lori Lightfoot came in and did the investigation and had a town meeting and laid everything out on the table and let them know like what dire situation financially the city was in and what was really going on. I think now it was obviously disheartening for them to hear, but I think everybody's on one accord in terms of the residents and the trustees, and it's time to get out of here. And the feds are there. They've been in Dalton about a couple months now, I believe. So pray for Dalton, y'all.
Yeah, pray for them. And to everybody who point, I agree with all of y'all, and it resonated. I don't know who said this. That's why they don't want to put us in charge. You here acting a whole fool. I use my money. I ain't never stole nothing. I mean, girl, this is how you're talking. And then you had 2 jobs. You don't need to be still anything. 2 jobs that played very well, the mayor and the supervisor. I mean, girl. And just American greed. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me today, this Sunday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody.